Is don't die. Don't die, because if you have a vision and you say yes, and that yes is really internalized by that deepest impulse of creativity within, that impulse of creativity within you begins to become who you are. And after a while, that yes results in this. And I have to say, I'm almost in tears. You know, Ambassador Chaudhry did ask me to speak to the UN, and I had the privilege of being there a few times. This meeting, I can see, actually is going to make it happen. And I'm so thrilled because, you see, when I ran for vice president, it was in order to be able to present from a political platform a vision of co-creation of a world. And I'm very honored to say they said yes to me. They didn't say yes to be vice president. They say yes to me to tell the story. And when I was making that speech as the platform of the political party, the guard said to me, "Now, Barbara, don't worry. They won't pay attention to you right now. You're saying this for the universe." It was the guard at the Democratic National Convention. And now that I saw that the Office for the Future in the political realm, I called it to become a peace room as sophisticated as a war room. And what I really meant by peace room was not only the culture of peace as we ordinarily think of the word peace, but peace being emergence in health and education, in economics and environment, in every sector of what we call the wheel of co-creation, to become eventually as sophisticated as scanning for every enemy and how to destroy them. Can you imagine a system scanning for what's working and how to evolve them? And the way you evolve them is by connecting them and communicating them. So I founded this concept of the Office for the Future, that I should end up here today at the exact precise moment in the history of the world where the crises have emerged as so clear, and the United Nations has agreed upon these crises for the first time ever a global set of goals. I don't think humanity has ever had a global set of goals. And these are exactly the crises that are required for us to map, track, connect, and communicate what's working to solve these crises and create a future equal to our potential. And so I honor the moment of history that we're in. And so many people see this moment of history as the failure of so many human efforts toward the good. I would like to claim that this is the moment where all the activities for good will have a chance to connect, because the crises are sufficiently dangerous to force us to do this or go extinct. And apparently, in evolution, crises precedes transformation. Nature does not take these jumps from single cells to multi-cells to animals to humans without there being sufficient crises to produce sufficient innovations and to actually allow those innovations to connect. This is a multi-billion-year trend. So I'd like to just say that by doing what we're doing now, which is creating offices for the future that are simply a process of people joining together to discuss and innovate and connect what's working in a cooperative manner. Not in a win-lose manner, but in a looking for common goals and matching needs and resources manner. We are developing the next level of social synergy here. The next level even of a more synergistic democracy. Because the win-lose model, even at its best, cannot evolve the world anymore. So the win-win-win model is what we're planting here. And I'm so privileged and thankful to Ambassador Chaudhry to having had the willingness and the courage, you might say, to say, okay, Barbara, just at least speak it out here. to see what happens. And because of Ambassador Chowdhury and Diane and all the people who've been in on this, I believe we have a moment to bring it into reality, which would be that it can be amplified throughout civil society and have a point of liaison here at the United Nations so that the peoples of the world who want to do this, want to cooperate around these goals, can know that they can be heard at the UN, and the UN can be giving its guidance to the larger civil society. I believe that's our goal, that's what we can do here. And I am so delighted to be with my partners here who have been working with me on this. And I want to introduce my dear friend, Juan Carlos, who truly is an ambassador for social synergy worldwide. Ambassador.